Alexandria daycare is under investigation. Here's why. A former staff member is accused of abusing children as young as 2. Katie Lusso joins us with the latest on this investigation. And Katie, this story is as disturbing as it is heartbreaking.
The worker in question was terminated, and now police are investigating to decide whether or not there will be any criminal charges. Investigators say a since-fired worker at Two Birds along King Street in Alexandria was abusing kids for months. A report from the Virginia Department of Social Services detailing some of the accusations that go back to October of 2024. In one incident, the worker referred to in the report as staff number 1 was seen hitting kids between 2 and 3 years old, smacking their faces, heads, arms, legs, and even across their mouths. In another incident, staff number 1 is accused of taking the walking rope that they used during outside walks and wrapping it tightly around the kids' arms if they weren't listening. In another, they're accused of lifting a child by their shirt and locking them in a closet where the child was left crying for about a minute before letting them out. The report also describes other inappropriate behavior by the worker, including repeated teasing about the kids' clothes and smacking and yelling kids who had toileting accidents. Thursday afternoon, we stopped by the daycare along King Street.
Hi, how are you? I'm a reporter with WUSA 9. We're doing a story about the accusations. Is there anyone we could talk to?
A man who came to the door declined an on-camera interview, but said he'd send us a statement. We received it a short time later. It reads in part, providing a safe, supportive, and respectful environment is a core value at Two Birds. Anything that jeopardizes that violates all that Two Birds stands for. The statement continued that this involved one teacher who was immediately removed and is no longer employed by Two Birds, and that the center immediately notified the Virginia Department of Social Services and are fully cooperating with the investigation. Now, according to the report and what Two Birds shared with me tonight, they are installing cameras in all classrooms and studio spaces used by children. They've also made a counselor available and are retraining staff on appropriate behavior, as well as mandated reporter training, which is something the state says the staff members who witnessed this behavior when it first started failed to do. I'm Katie Lusso. Back to you.
Police in Prince